Hi everybody, it's Cindy with Twisted Truth and how you guys all doing? This is one for the books. It's the most disturbing thing I've heard and read in a long time. So meet the two monsters, Michel and Angela. Michel Valva and Angela Pollina were indicted for murder. Michel Valva, Valva, lived on Long Island in a really nice neighborhood. They lived in kind of a nice house with a manicured lawn. Sorta, kinda like the Brady Bunch. Only they were nothing like the Brady Bunch. Michel Valva had 3 sons, ages 6, 8, and 10. The 8 and 10-year-old boys have autism. Valva obviously missed the "no, you're not GQ material" memo. He's 40 and is a 15-year veteran New York cop. Angela Pollina, 42, is retired. She's his fiancee. They have 6 children and they both have 3 kids each. Pollina has twin 11-year-old daughters, a 6-year-old daughter, and apparently never got the "just say no to garish lip liner" memo. Although you're not all that in a bag of chips memo either. She definitely should fire her hairdresser because seriously, I thought they stopped making frost and tip back in the 70s. Just saying. So she shares a lot of family photos on Facebook. Here she is with Michel and with her daughters and with Michel, and here's her beautiful daughters. Here she is with Michel. And here's another photo of her with one of her daughters. But let's zoom in on something very interesting. It's her necklace representing her 3 daughters. And you can't help but notice there's not one picture of those boys, but bunches of him, her, and her daughters. Unfortunately, he is the only one who has one photo of his sons on his bleak little Facebook page. This is Justina. She is his ex-wife. They were involved in a bitter divorce in 2017. She's the boy's biological mom. She's a corrections officer at Rikers Island. She did report abuse on multiple occasions. According to the New York Times, they said she was making it all up, and the bullshit authorities and CPS cost Thomas his life. She was painted as a scorned woman with a vendetta. So these people were the ones abusing Thomas and his brother, yet they were never investigated, probably because he's a cop. So Thomas Valva was 8 years old and he died. And while he was dying, they laughed and mocked him, thinking it was funny. And they had him sleeping out in a freezing cold garage overnight, and he died of hypothermia. while they left. This poor woman finally got custody of her sons after they were arrested. Seriously, what the fuck? So in 2017, Michel Valva was awarded temporary custody of his 3 sons. 2 months later, their biological mother contacted authorities, according to the New York Daily News. Thomas and Anthony's elementary school teachers reported child abuse by Valva and Pollina on multiple times. Nothing ever happened. In 2018 to 19, they contacted the state abuse hotline 20 times. 20. And guess what happened? Nothing. So there were repeated allegations of neglect and mistreatment, including extended absences from school, signs of physical abuse, including a black eye. The boys often went to school hungry, unfed, malnourished, were dirty. A teacher reported both the boys are coming to school with visible dirt on their bodies for days in a row. The boys arrived carrying urine-soaked backpacks. Special ed teacher Nicole Papa reported, Anthony and Thomas have stated they were not allowed to eat breakfast because they did not use their manners. An advocate for the ex-wife states the case is about criminal fraud, collusion, corruption, and cover-up. Prosecutors allege the boys were forced to sleep on a freezing cold concrete floor in an unheated garage. And it was something like 19 degrees outside. His body temperature, Thomas's body temperature, was only 76 degrees. Valva told her his son was fucking suffocating, and he joked about it. And this is about his son, Thomas Valva, 8 years old. He has autism. According to the assistant DA, they had no idea, but the surveillance footage caught them, and they had no idea they were being recorded, saying that they starved and abused Thomas, and they did in fact make up a false story. They filed a false police report. They said he fell down in the driveway when he was trying to catch his bus. And when the police arrived on scene, he was doing CPR in the driveway. So detectives knew right off the bat that he was lying because his story was inconsistent with the injuries this little boy had. So that's when they discovered the alarming footage on the surveillance system in the home as his son lay dying on the freezing garage floor. He was joking, mocking, and taunting him with this piece of shit witch. He joked his son was fucking suffocating. Reports indicate Valva allegedly was enraged He beat his 8-year-old autistic son before locking him in the freezing garage overnight. Thomas died from hypothermia. These two pieces of shit pled not guilty to second-degree murder. Second degree, that's it? I don't get it. I'll keep you guys posted on this. Thanks, guys. Love you. Bye.